Public health officials call it an extraordinary milestone. I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Tisha Powell. Tobacco use among U.S. middle and high schoolers recently hit a 25-year low.
The CDC attributes that decline to a significant drop in the number of students using e-cigarettes, down about 500,000 from 2023 to 24. Despite that progress, e-cigarettes remain the most commonly used tobacco product among young people in grades 6 through 12.
Experts say it means there's more work to do, and it will take a team effort from regulators, educators, and parents.
Reporter Heather Graff examines whether the tech designed to deter vaping in schools is enough, plus the other tools educators are using to try to keep kids from getting hooked.
We have grades 9 through 12. There's about 2,200 students.
At Colonial Forge High School in Stafford County, Virginia.
And that's one right there.
You'll find these in every single bathroom. Vape detectors designed to notify school staff when smoke from e-cigarettes is found in the air.
Boys' restrooms right there.
Assistant Principal Stephanie DeGori showed us how they work, explaining that the devices installed here in 2023 look a lot like smoke alarms, but they don't emit any visual or audible alerts when vaping is detected, instead sending real-time text messages and emails to administrators, who then respond to that specific bathroom where, according to school policy, students inside can then be searched.
We had 27 alerts go off in the first 3 days.
What does that say to you?
And we knew a lot of kids were in there, they're vaping. Quite frequently, the kids will just go ahead and admit it.
It's technology that schools across the country are now trying out, hoping the detectors can be a deterrent, as the latest National Youth Tobacco Survey found more than 1.6 million middle and high schoolers still used e-cigarettes as of 2024, and 26% of them reported daily use. Some districts, such as Lincoln Public Schools in Nebraska, opted to buy the vape detectors with money secured through massive legal settlements with e-cigarette maker Juul. In recent years, the company has paid out more than $1 billion to municipalities and school systems nationwide after lawsuits accused Juul of misleading marketing that targeted minors.
What are the health risks associated with e-cigarettes, especially among teens?
Well, the first health risk that we worry about is addiction.
Dr. Bonnie Halpern-Felsher is a professor of pediatrics at Stanford University who studies youth vaping and has worked closely with schools and policymakers on prevention, even creating a free toolkit with resources that educators can use.
Electronic cigarettes have a tremendous amount of nicotine in there, arguably more than even a pack of cigarettes. So very concerned about the amount of nicotine. Nicotine actually changes your brain chemistry as an adolescent and into young adulthood.
And equally concerning, she says, are all the other chemicals in e-cigarettes.
There are numerous studies showing that e-cigarettes hurt the lungs. We see lung collapse, bronchitis, asthma. And to be honest, a lot of the research is showing that it's not just the nicotine. It is the propylene glycol, the glycerin, vegetable glycerin, and then also flavors.
We then asked her take on the recent trend of vape detectors being used in more schools.
Vape detectors can be good, but we have to be cautious. It's not getting at the root causes of use or at really educating young people, and it's not getting at the root problem to help young people who are using quit.
The American Lung Association goes even further, saying it does not support the placement of vape detectors in schools and calling them a punitive approach.
Kids are addicted to these products and they should not be penalized.
What approaches would the Lung Association recommend instead?
Well, we know what works. We know that schools need to continue to communicate that this is a public health issue. We really do encourage schools to include tobacco prevention messages in their health programs, to do this effectively.
In terms of the education, what age do you think that should start?
It needs to start in middle school. Unfortunately, we have seen kids as young as 6th grade starting to use these products.
It's why Assistant Principal DeGori says this school system has worked to make sure its vape detectors are not operating in a vacuum.
It is a combination. First, the elementary school in this county, they start with their DARE program addressing vaping. Middle school, they start getting a little more.
And at Colonial Forge High, she says vaping prevention education is built into the curriculum and displayed on signs in the hallways, some even designed by students.
If they are caught with a vape, then we have the discussion of, do you realize how harmful this can be?
She also invites the teens' parents and a school resource officer to be part of that conversation about the health risks of e-cigarettes.
How can we work together? What can you guys do at home to help with that addiction?
And while students here do face suspension, typically 1 to 3 days if found in possession of a nicotine vape pen, and longer if it contains THC, DeGori maintains it's never been about punishment.
It's about helping them. We do hold them accountable, that just comes along with it, but we make sure that we are also being very thorough about the importance of why we were trying to keep them from vaping.
Are they serving as an effective deterrent?
Definitely. They definitely are.
At least here, where she says the school's vaping alerts are down 75% since the detectors were activated 2 years ago.
We also spoke to an organization called Parents Against Vaping E-Cigarettes. It was founded by moms who now advocate to protect children from the dangers of vaping. That group told us they believe vape detectors are far from foolproof and worry kids will eventually be able to outsmart these devices. But they also say schools need partnership from families on the front end.
And that's why I think it's important that the parents are educated as well, because it can't just all happen in school. It has to happen in school and it has to happen at home. Looking for the signs and speaking to the kids and staying in touch with what they're doing all the time.
The American Lung Association warns that vaping is easy to hide, in part because e-cigarettes don't leave behind that telltale scent of tobacco.
But here are some signs to look out for. Specific to scent, be aware of faint, sweet, or fruity smells in your child's room. Other indicators include mood changes, increased irritability or restlessness, or the presence of unfamiliar technology or online purchases.
And early health impacts include pneumonia, increased thirst, and even nosebleeds. The Lung Association also provides vaping prevention resources for educators and families, plus cessation programs designed to help teens quit. To learn more, head to investigatetv.com and search Teen Vaping Prevention.